Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I've got a really great one for you. Now, I am so excited to be bringing you this content. We're going to be breaking down my $55,000 investment portfolio. And what's really cool about this portfolio is it's been created alongside a lot of you. Now, the very first investment I made, I actually documented on this channel. So it literally went from me being this broke kid with $0 living at home all the way up to where this portfolio is now valued at well over $50,000. And at the same time, I've accumulated different income generating assets like the current property I'm in, this duplex. Got tons of videos showcasing all of this stuff, and it's been really an exciting journey. So I'm excited to just jump into the portfolio and let's get at it. All right, so just jumping into the portfolio, I'm on trackyourdividends.com, one of my favorite sites for linking all of my different investment accounts. And you're gonna see this very first one that I'm talking about is actually my emergency fund. Yes, what is so cool about this emergency fund is that I'm generating what I like to call dividend income from it. I literally set this cash aside. I put it in a high interest savings account. I use Wealthfront. You're gonna be generating 5% annually from all that money that you set aside. So for me, about $20,000, $21,000 in here. Annually, this is one of my highest dividend paying investments. Annually, I'm going to be making an additional $1,042 off this. What's really cool about that money is, one, I'm making it completely passively just for having my money housed in Wealthfront. And then two, I can use it however I want. I can reinvest it into other investments in the stock market. I can keep it in this account and just continue receiving more dividend income from it. And it's just like one of the most important things that you can do when you're starting investing. You see, you definitely want to establish an emergency fund before you put your first dollar into the stock market, in my opinion, only because if you then run into an emergency or you need to withdraw your money, well, one, you could be paying personal gains tax from the investments that you made if you're actually in the green, or if you're losing money, you're actually recognizing a loss. It can be very frustrating, and you don't want to start investing before you're ready. So that's what I love about this emergency fund. I'm actually generating some additional income from it, and it's actually the most dividend income, like I said. So then getting into the M1 Finance application, this portfolio I have linked up is actually my Roth IRA. Now, what I love about this, if you guys don't know me or you don't know my investment style, I love being hands off. I don't want to fret over my investments or lose sleep. I don't want to have to log into my portfolios and check everything that's going on every day and just try and time the market and know when to buy and sell. I like to just buy investments, leave it in the market, watch it grow. I don't really like seeing it dip down, but with this investment style and the proven track history of it, it's actually super solid. You see, I invest in one VTI, and VTI just sort of traces the stock market. And on average, you're going to be getting anywhere from 8 to 10% return annually. And so it's just like a super solid investment. And I'm up, I think, like close to 30% in this individual portfolio, which is pretty nice. And then the other investment that I have in here is SCHD. The other favorite form of investing that I have is dividend investing, and SCHD culminates some of my very favorite stocks into one basket, or the ETF that it's in. And this is just going to be generating more consistent income for you. I can take this money, it's completely tax free since it's in my Roth IRA. Then I can reinvest it and make even more in the future for dividend income, or I can invest more in that market tracing ETF. And that's just kind of how I structure this. I like to be simple, and I like to not have to worry too much about it. So the annual income from this in terms of dividends is $367. So the next portfolio I want to cover here is the Robinhood investing portfolio that I have. This is one that I showcase all the time. Now, this is one that I actually tried to get a little bit more engaged with when I was picking individual stocks. And though I think there is a time and place for some of those investments, I wasn't monitoring it as closely as I should have been, as I was like renovating the duplex that I'm now living in, and a lot of different things came up. So this didn't match with my investment style, and I ended up not really capitalizing on a lot of the money that I would have made if I just invested in the market and didn't have to buy and sell at different specific times, because I just lost the traction in this portfolio. Now, the thing is, I'm still green in this portfolio, which is awesome, but there's a couple things that I want to handle differently with this one. Number one is I want to transition some of the funds from this portfolio into my Roth IRA so I can get that tax advantageness. You can see, so the annual income from this, $457, which is being taxed because it's my individual account, is honestly much greater than this $367 annual income from the M1 Finance Roth IRA that I have. So I think I can transition a lot of the stocks and a lot of the investments from one portfolio into the other and really maximize the amount of money that I'm going to be taking in from these accounts. Okay, so the next thing that I want to cover is the payment schedule on these. So what's cool about trackyourdividends.com is you can head over to the upcoming dividends section and it shows you exactly when you're going to get paid. Now, these are all the investments amongst these accounts. And again, I've consolidated a lot recently. However, this gives you the breakdown of exactly how much you're going to be paid and when you're going to be paid. And it's really cool to see. So you can see my highest quarterly months are March, June, September, and December, where I'm being paid $156. One thing to remember, this does not consider the cash emergency fund that I'm actually being paid for holding as well. And so all of these numbers, you can add about $80 onto, and that's the additional income that I'm generating. So $80 on this 156, and then April, which is my lowest dividend month, it's actually over $103, which is cool to see because a lot of people have that milestone of first hitting their $100 every single month in completely passive dividend income. And that's what this portfolio already does. And then some of the best months, it's over $200. And you look at what you can do and use that money to offset things like your cell phone bill, gas payments, different things like that, your utilities. Maybe you're somebody who likes to go out to eat and you want some additional income to do so. Well, this pretty much covers a lot of those expenses if I have them, which is just really cool to see. Now, this is something that wouldn't necessarily change unless rates on that, one account change or I sell these stocks, but these are investments and I'm planning to hold for the long haul. Like, I want to be able to carry these through retirement, hand them down to my kids, and really make a difference with these investments. The other cool portion of this website that I like toying with is the future value. Now, this predicts what your portfolio is going to be worth if you keep your money invested in the market in these accounts and you're not going crazy. You're not adding any money to it. You're just letting it grow. And it's a little bit skewed because of the way the emergency fund has been set up in here. Roughly, this is what it kind of looks like within the platform. So in 5 years, it projects me from going from 55,000 to 74,000, about a 34% return. It would start with dividend income around where I am today, a little bit higher, 1908 in terms of how much money I'm generating. That's predicted for the end of the year. And then at the end of year 5, it would be producing $2,391 of completely passive income. Now, let's say we went as far out as 25 years. You can see this chart, which is a very solid chart, might I add. You start with $58,000, which is what it would be estimated at the end of this year. Mine is going to be significantly higher than that because I'm just going to be shoveling more money into the stock market and trying to grow this as much as possible. But at the end of the year, 2048, we're looking at an annual income of $7,224. And that's all for just keeping your money in there and letting it grow. Now, what's cool is you just keep adding more and more, you reinvest those dividends, the snowball gets rolling, and you're going to accumulate so much money from this. And what starts off really small, like right now for me at $1,900 for the year, well, it took me a long time to establish that. And the very first investments that I was making, I was actually just gaining a few cents in dividend payments. And if you look back at that, it's amazing to see the growth of where this is at today, especially with all the side tracks and side projects that I've taken on. I'm just glad that I haven't had to dip much into these funds in order to foster them to growth. And what's cool is that from here on out, I have a lot more focus and energy to be able to put back into the stock market. And now that a lot of the projects that are wrapped up on my house, I'm investing money in different ways. So one of the main ways is actually in this channel. So it would mean a lot if you guys subscribed, liked this video, and followed along for the journey. Thank you so much for checking out this video, guys, and have a great day.